It's a beautiful day here in India. I'm right here at the Koenig Center. It's a world-class international IT training center where everyone interested in the latest IT ideas, skills, and technology come to learn how to get those skills. Disadvantaged young people who do not have the opportunity to be properly schooled to know more about the abilities to get a skill, a job skill that will put them into the job market so that they can earn an income. Why don't you come along with me and let us explore what corporate social responsibility is like. Is it different from a business model, or is it a different altogether model that every responsible company, no matter the kind of business they run, should always carry out? Come with me and let's go find out. I am Ejiro Umukoro. So we're right here at Shalimar Village, and I can't wait to get into the main village center where we're going to meet some of our extraordinary students who defy the fact that poverty is not an excuse not to be educated. Well, finally, I am here at the Shalimar Bagh Center specifically dedicated to the corporate social responsibility run by Koenig. And surprisingly, I discovered that some of them can speak English, considering the fact that India is a country where English is not a lingua franca. See, they actually have more than 20 nationally recognized languages. So it's a big deal that when we sit amongst young people like this, and some of them can speak English. And this is written in what language?
Hindi.
This is Hindi.
Yeah.
So they learn in Hindi as well as in English. Wow. After they've learned so much in their different lessons, whether mathematics, English, or science, there's always an examination set to test the student's knowledge. So what is his reason for so determined to come to Koenig and pass?
He comes here because he's getting knowledge here, and he's not able to pay that much as if he go for some better schools or better tuitions. That's why he preferred to come here. And here also he's getting better knowledge about every subject and awareness as well. Practical knowledge is also given here. That's why he's coming here.
And so we are here after meeting the interesting young stars in the various grades from 5 to about 9. I am at the Koenig Vocational Center. And here we're going to meet some of the IT gurus in the making, I bet you. As you can see around us, we have lots and lots of computers. We have eager students. I mean, there's smile on their faces. We have a mixed blend. There are women, there are girls, there are boys as well, and there are men as well. So that I respect the fact that some of them are quite older. All right, and our wonderful tutor here, I'm going to meet her pretty soon. We have another array of younger students who are also keen to learn something here from the vocational center, and because it's an IT-based center where all the skills in computer science, I believe, and computer IT knowledge is gathered, this is a very important center.
We are providing the graphic designing as well as web designing courses here. This is a 4-month course, and after that we also provide the job related to the same fields, and we have a 6 days classes over there. 3 hours classes per day for the technical courses and 1.5 hours for the communication. In communication classes, we are provided the interview skills, personality development, and apart from this, we also provide the HR seminars for all of the students.
Let me get it clear. Is it that the public schools are not free education for all young people? Is there no free public education system in Delhi at least, if not the whole of India?
There are some government schools who are free for these kind of students.
So where are these government schools located?
It's located all over the Delhi and all over the India.
So why aren't they attending those schools since they are also free and they are below poverty line? Why come to Koenig? I've always wanted to find that answer. Why come to Koenig? Why not go to those public schools?
Basically, the minimum criteria, computer education, right now, it's not much on that standard, on the, basic job purpose. Computer standard is not like that in schools. But in Koenig, they are providing the quality as well as the education and as well as the skills to crack the interviews, to get the job.
So it's a it's a combination of everything put together, which public schools don't offer. Suppose everybody in Delhi come to know that this place is a center they can all become part of. How will you cope with the crowd?
We will open many more centers over there.
You create more centers.
Yeah, definitely.
What is the criteria for selecting anybody who is coming to learn in
Yeah,
Pune?
first of all, our criteria is the age is 18 plus, because this is the minimum age for doing the job over here. Fine. And second one, they are 12 pass. 12th is a standard of education over here. This is a grade. They are past 12th grade over here. And after that, student is needy. Means they are willing to do a job, or they have some high dreams, or we are supporting them to achieve this.
And I have been given a pleasant surprise. Right now I've been asked to make a presentation to our newest graduate. He actually studied Advanced MS Word and Windows 7. Congratulations. In fact, let me congratulate you. Congratulations. It was an interesting outing at the Koenig Koshish, the corporate social responsibility arm of Koenig Solutions. And today I decided that to get a deeper depth of the essence, the drive, the motivation, and the goal sets of those behind the corporate social responsibility of Koenig Coaches, I have decided to come over to the main office to discuss with the man whose responsibility is to make sure that the CRS, Koenig Coaches, is something that is not just sustainable but lives up to the ideals that has been designed for it. How are you doing, sir?
Fine, excellent. How are you? Good morning.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I've had a very interesting ride since I arrived in India, and specifically at Koenig.
Fine.
And when I went to the center where you run the corporate social responsibility arm of Koenig Solutions,
Yeah.
I found something very interesting. And the first question I really want to ask you is, what inspired Koenig to even go into something called corporate social responsibility? Because many people see it as a philanthropic thing, as something you just do to create a kind of brand wish image, you know, like a window dressing thing. So I would like to find out from you, what was the motivation for?
Fine. Koenig is a very responsible company. Fine. We are responsible for our students who are coming from 50 countries over here. We are responsible for our employees. We are responsible for whosoever is dealing with Koenig in terms of vendors, fine, as well as society. Fine. So our CEO, Mr. Rohit Agarwal, in 2007, he thought that, okay, we are taking so much from the society, so it's our moral duty to pay it back. Fine. Because people are coming from society itself. So at that time we thought of various platforms. How can we help? How can we give back to the society? So one was very simple thing was, okay, we can contact any NGO and start writing a check of 50 lakhs, and start giving them. But we thought, okay, that might not be reaching to the right audience. So at that time we thought of, okay, education is the right way to help somebody. Because if you give food, how many times we can give food to anybody? 10 times, 20 times, and this way we are making him dependent on us all the time. Fine. How many times you can give clothes to others? 1 time, 20 times. But when you give education, you make them independent. You empower them. So to give that empowerment, to give that independence, to make them financially stable, we started giving education. And since Koenig core business is education, so it was also gelling with our existing business. So right now we have got 13 centers, tuition centers, where we are teaching to nearly 1600 students.
Okay, now some people feel that when you go into CSR, a lot of people see it as a philanthropic thing, right? And some feel, okay, no, I think if we get into CSR, we're deviating for our core business goals. Some say if they venture into it, it also takes away the bottom line profits they also make.
Right.
I don't know, what is that been the case with your story?
No, we see both go side by side. Businesses, we have to rise, we have to grow in business, that's true, yes, but paying or paying back to the society is also a responsibility. Giving good quality to our customer is our service. We are paid for that, but paying back to the society is also our service. If everybody starts thinking it's not only a philanthropy for us, no, okay, giving some, no, it's not a charity for us. We take moral responsibility. Everybody in Koenig is taking a moral responsibility.
So the question that begs is, a lot of people think that corporate social responsibility is something they should venture into, but the reality is that some may not be prepared for it. So I would like to find out from you, since this is like a special case study I'm conducting to serve as an example for persons who are interested in corporate social responsibility, in seeing how they too can learn from Koenig.
We have prepared a document, fine. As you said, okay, if somebody wants to copy our model, we are ready to share without any cost. So first part is we hire a very good teacher, fine. And then after hiring a teacher, we also see the place where the students are needy. It's not that it's free for all. Anybody can join. No, we make it very sure that only we give the help to those people who are really needy. They are hard workers, fine. They need it. If we do not provide them help, there's nobody who is going to help them. So we take those audience, those kids who really want to learn, who really want to rise in their life.
How did you get the parents to believe in what you guys are doing? How did you get them to say, yes, I want to take my child away from a public school, or I don't want to register my child in a public school, it has to be Koenig?
Okay. These kids are registered in government schools. Fine. It's not that we are having a school. It's a extra tuition, extra classes, after school classes we can call it. In India we call it tuition classes. Fine. So after going to school, when they come back, afternoon, so they come to us. They come for additional classes, and we involve their parents in that. We keep on, because when they take admission, their parents have to come with us. We ask for their few questions to them, whether they are needy or not. We see their background and all that. Fine. So after when the class is running, after every 1 month or after 3 months, I personally go and meet the parents. Fine. So just to take their feedback. If the student is not coming in the class, somehow he's absent 3 or 4 times regularly, we call their parents. No, you have to tell us why the student, so that they must be aware that the kid is not coming to us. So we take personal interest, and that personal interest, created a goodwill in the market over the years.
Now, many persons start off corporate social responsibility with the aim that they want to be known as good people, but many of them fail. And I want to find out, maybe from Mr. Samjay's point of view, he may have an insight as to why some corporate social responsibility programs actually fail.
Very good question, I think. My answer can be 2-3 points. One is intentions. If you are doing all these things with a pure heart, just to give them, just to serve them, I don't think that the project will ever fail. Fine, because where there is a purity, like-minded people will start getting connected to that. That it becomes a movement, not of yours alone, but of the whole society. So intentions has to be very, very pure. To me, that is the basic thing, because I see we started with one school, 80 students. We never thought that we'll reach to this one, and we have a 2020 vision for CSR. We want to cater to 100,000 students of Delhi. 100,000 students. We want to change the demography of Delhi. We want everybody in Delhi should be educated, whatever their background is. So we never thought that we'll reach to this one and we'll be having a vision of 2020 for CSR. But yes, now it's not a movement of Mr. Rohit Agarwal or Sanjay alone. No. Fine. It's a movement of society. It's a movement of 500 Koenig guides. It's a movement of everybody, all the students who are coming to Koenig. Because directly, indirectly, they are helping to these people. If we are getting good business, we are able to support them.
Yes. How does Koenig coaches do this? Be able to, one, narrow it down for the students and get them a job after their own lessons learned, skills acquired. How do you do it?
The simple answer is quality education. One thing is, we have taken only those topics in computer education, in vocational training, we have taken those topics whose demand is there in the market. We keep on changing it. As per the demand changes, we change our syllabus. We update our syllabus. Fine. Again I was telling you, there is a skill gap. So we check what industry requires at this juncture. Accordingly, we train those students. Fine. First we take admission on the basis of their taste. It's not that we give admission everybody in one course. No. As you said, you saw yesterday, I was taking a counseling session. Fine. Where I was identifying, okay, who will be the right person for graphic designing course or web designing course. So we segregated yesterday that in one of the sessions you saw. So after that, we cater them the latest courses, and then we ask the employers who are there, who are like-minded people, who want to employ good people.
So I asked myself, many persons wouldn't have thought of doing a pre-counseling because they feel it's a CSR program. So they feel, why commit too much effort into that? But I could see that there was a lot of detailing into that effort.
Yes.
Right? Because even koshish means effort.
Yes,
You put in
exactly.
so much effort.
Right.
So I could see the commitment to that effort, to seeing that, look, this is not just about window dressing here. We have to be deep. We have to know what their problem is. And I see how you narrowed it and said, look, which mind, when you ask the question, which mind do you have? Do you have a creative mind or do you have a logical mind? I said, oh my God. And I went, will these children get this import? Do they understand the significance of this? And then you narrowed it down and showed them who a creative mind is and who a logical mind is. Why go that far?
My CEO, Mr. Rohit Agarwal, has taught me one thing. These people who are God-sent people to us, God has sent them to us. It is our moral duty to help them stand on their own feet. They are brothers and sisters of my family. So that way, I'm being taught by my CEO, my parents, and everybody in the society. So as I'm taking care of my son or my sister, so I have to take care of them too. So I have to give my time. If I'm not giving that time, then I'm not doing the justice, to my job even. My job is to help them. My job is to make them independent. My job is to, make them or create ambition or make dream in their life. So I'm doing my job only.
How do these kids feel? Those 8 years ago who has graduated, do you still follow their story? How have they fared? Those your first set of graduates, 8 years ago. I don't know. Do you follow their story to see how they currently are doing?
Yes, we are connected with them.
Okay.
Still we call them on various functions. Fine, and they keep on giving us reports how they are doing in their life.
So if we want to make a projection now and say 5-10 years from now, where do you see Konik Koshish becoming? What success level do you think is going to attain? What obstacles do you feel you need to try and overcome so that your set goals is achieved with Konik Koshish?
Fine. By 2020, not 10 or 15 years, I'm just talking about 5 years.
Okay.
2020, we want to reach to every poor student who is interested in learning in Delhi. We want to reach to that student. So our target is 100,000 students by 2020 we'll be teaching to them. 100.
Is that practical?
It's practical.
Is that realistic?
Yes, it's very much realistic. It's very much realistic. We have got a complete plan with us.
Aren't you foreseeing any obstacles or challenges?
No, challenges will be there,
Okay.
but we are a big team now.
Uh-huh.
We are a big team. We'll face every challenge and we'll succeed so far.
Right.
With your blessings, with everybody's blessings and support, yes, we'll succeed. We don't find any. We are ready to overcome every challenge.
Thank you, Mr. Sanjay Manocha. It's been a pleasure talking with you about corporate social responsibility.
Same here.
And honestly, that was Mr. Sanjay Manocha, the Manager, Marketing and Communications and CSR of Konik Solutions. And we have talked extensively about the objective of how a sound corporate social responsibility can be. So it's not about window dressing. It's not about trying to be philanthropic so that people will perceive you as that. It's not about saying, okay, let's use it to drive our bottom line. That is not what the objective of CSR are. Incidentally, it is a model that can run concurrently with your own business model. Get the right team, make sure your intentions are right, get the expertise focused in what you are passionate about. I'm Lady Ejiro Umukoro, and I want to thank you for joining us today.